What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to another video. I know I already uploaded a video today, but this is breaking news and I do want to talk about it. So it turns out that Santa Monica is now hiring people, or actively hiring people, for God of War Ragnarok sequel. This is something that is really cool, and I'm glad that they're actually starting to work on the game, even though most likely it's been in development for the last few months. And this is pretty much double confirmation because the actor who did play the character Tyr, or Odin Tyr, in God of War Ragnarok, he did come out and said that Tyr's story is far from over. With Santa Monica working on another God of War sequel and of a new IP that Cory Barlog is also working on, it's a very busy time for the studio. But which route are they actually going to go with the God of War Ragnarok sequel? Are they going to go with an Atreus game, because it's being heavily hinted and something that a lot of us thought was going to happen? Or are they going to continue with Kratos' story? Naturally, me as a God of War fan and as someone who's been covering God of War since 2016, I of course want them to go with a Kratos story, like what's gonna happen next. I did make a video on where I think that the story is gonna go. I think that Kratos is going to go to Egypt, but there can be a little bit of a mix-up with it. Maybe they can go with an Atreus game first, and I think that this is the route they are going to do, because the ending of God of War Ragnarok did see the completion of Kratos' story, from who he was to who he is and the lessons he's learned. This chapter on Kratos' life is now over. He is now better, as the game really wants you to want Kratos to be. Kratos is now a better person, no longer trying to be, but is. And I think that's a pretty cool wrap up to that chapter of Kratos' life. And moving forward, he can go into other adventures, not as someone who's a monster or who he believes that himself is a monster, but someone who is looking forward, that's helping people now, that is open to everything. That is a story that I want to see, but the way God of War Ragnarok ended, especially with Atreus being the first character in a God of War series that's actually playable, like full-on playable, like we saw in God of War Ragnarok, they obviously used that as a test on how they can implement Atreus into this own standalone game, which again is something I do support, but I would prefer that Kratos' story continue and Atreus' story be God of War Ragnarok DLC that I hope that they're working on as well. I hope that, using the assets and the engine and everything that God of War Ragnarok had, just, make it a little bit condensed, make it a 2 to 3 hour or even a 4 to 5 hour experience, as DLCs usually are, and just have Atreus be playable like that so they can work on a bigger mainline God of War game. I feel like going in this direction is what they should do, right? I think that this direction is perfect for them because they can have a smaller team work on Atreus' story using God of War Ragnarok's access and make a whole new story or video game for Kratos and his adventures as this new person that he's trying to be. There are a ton of mythologies that were hinted in God of War Ragnarok, not just Egypt. You have Celtic mythology as well, which was pretty cool. I think I want to make a video on that, exploring that world. But there's so many things that they can do with both Kratos and Atreus. But please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because this is breaking news. I'm going to be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces.